Dave, this is over with.
Oh shit, Teresa's right.
Why Dave always want to correct?
I know you always want to correct. Anyway,
I know this dude ain't talking. Neither one of y'all.
Of course, we got Miss Tone is in the building. She's a local fashion designer.
Tone, what's in that
I am. You have mango Ciroc with a little twist.
Okay.
So we got Miss Tone. She's a local fashion designer. Check her stuff
She
out.
just made that outfit this morning.
Right.
I did.
And I swear it's no
Stand up,
laid
stand
out.
up.
I
Stand
did.
up.
Yes, I had to put something together
Tone, come
real
right here
quick
so we can see it.
for y'all. I
Tone
had
made
to
her
put something
outfit.
together.
Y'all already know on my page.
That's
Tone made
nice.
her outfit
Thank you.
today.
That's nice.
I made it this morning.
And of course, we got. Where you go by now?
Anything.
I didn't want to say Talia, but
Call me Talia. That's what you call
Talia.
me.
Talia. She used to be a nerd. Now she used to be an ugly.
I'm
duckling.
still a nerd. Fuck you, Ron.
Y'all be such nerds.
She-
Come
Hold up. When has a nerd said fuck you? He
Right.
said F you.
That's why nerds
Okay,
suck.
and this is the best part. She's always been like that. She's always been fuck you and not F you.
I've never heard it.
I
She used
never
to talk
heard
like
it.
No, I didn't use to cuss.
She used to talk like a white woman.
I didn't used to cuss
Well, she
then.
cussed like a white woman when I met
She
her.
can't cut.
So that's
anyway,
all right.
before we left, we were talking about the Sharon Osbourne
And Cheryl
and Cheryl Underwood situation. Now, I'm glad we got two beautiful sisters here, and you guys are of the darker complexion as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that you guys can relate to what Cheryl Underwood. Now, you both are working in the industry. You both have jobs. I'm assuming. So there's times where you have to be. Huh?
I said you know it's in real life.
Right.
Well, I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore, but I was in the medical field for 20-something years.
So there's times where you guys had to be real calm, like Cheryl Underwood.
Yes.
So is that
I mean,
not you? So how would you do you think Cheryl?
Yes, you did.
You think Cheryl would handle the
diplomatic? She was
situation?
I'm
diplomatic.
serious. I think she handled the situation well because she's on, of course, a bigger platform. She needs her money and she needs her job. She's on a bigger platform, so I commend her for handling herself that way.
Cheryl Underwood?
Yes, because Sharon Osbourne was really out of line, and
I can't believe Sharon Osbourne was going off like that, though.
Cheryl would have got
because
stole.
Sharon
Like-
Osbourne was defending Piers Morgan.
Right, I'm saying, but why? But Sharon Osbourne is old now, so she should have a better.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But no,
because you should know better. That's what have made me really
But
pop
Cheryl
off.
Osbourne, her ways are like, she's like Donald Trump. She feels she can
Well,
just
hold
say
on.
and do
I'm
whatever
saying,
she
I
wants.
did hear. I heard that Sharon Osbourne did. She actually said, "I feel like I'm being attacked for standing up for my friend." Like, because they were trying to show her. You said they were trying to tell her the way, like how that looks or how it sounds.
Yeah, but it's the
she was
way.
like, she like, but
No.
I know him and he's not racist.
But what pissed me off is the fact that when
What
she
makes you
said,
racist?
when she looked at Cheryl Underwood in her face, she said, "Don't you even try to cry."
That. Why the hell should you cry?
And
This
so,
is a,
and I
this is a
love,
black issue.
and that's why I
You
love
can never
the way
speak on a black
I
issue.
love the way that Cheryl Underwood at that point, because you could tell her face, she was like, "Bitch, who the fuck is you talking
Yeah,
to?"
yeah.
Right? But she calmed down. She said, "Sharon, it's the, and she spoke well, she articulated well,
yeah.
and it's
Sharon was a
kind
black
of sad that a lot of
Yes.
black women have to go through that. I'm sure,
But
because you don't want to
that's
come
true.
across
That's
as
just-
that
Yeah, the angry
woman.
black woman. They automatically look at a darker skinned woman or a bigger woman as the angry black mammy type.
That's
you
true.
know,
That's
it's
been,
very
that's been my
Yeah.
sister her whole career. Like she's in government now,
Right.
and she works for very powerful white men. You know what I'm saying? And they like to try to put her in check, show her place and stuff, and she'd be like, "But I'm only giving you accurate information. So why are you trying to check me? Because they don't like when a dark skinned, bigger sized woman or whatever is smart, knows what she's talking about, and
They
is
get
on point."
intimidated.
Well, it's the same thing with black men as well. We have to,
Well, that's true.
we have to keep our mouths shut sometimes. Just
You
to
can't,
keep
you
peace.
can't know it. You can't know everything.
Yes,
You
a
gotta-
lot of
I
times.
mean, a lot of
LeBron
times,
James, for
Really?
instance.
because a lot of
Because
times,
you really think that black men don't go through the same issues that black women
Well,
go
it's-
through?
it's
You know,
on
y'all
her.
have y'all issues.
But it's on
no,
her.
no, yeah, y'all, you guys
But
have all
but
your
first
own.
First of all, if y'all got stopped by the police and y'all got in y'all little mood, y'all can say whatever. We couldn't even open our mouths.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
We
It
know
seems
when
like
I
it's
was less.
different.
But Sandra Bland,
Yeah.
No, but she didn't even open her mouth.
no, Sandra Bland was
Yeah,
talking
she
trash.
said a lot.
but to stay back on the
But
subject,
after the
stay
fact,
back on the
wasn't it?
subject, guys.
No,
but I think the
it's not.
difference between a black woman and a black man in this situation is most of the time they are afraid physically of a black man, but for a black woman they disrespect, they try to belittle you guys. And a lot of times, so then when y'all stand up for yourself, y'all come across as bitches or,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and it's over
well,
dramatic.
the black woman definitely gets labeled much faster.
Definitely.
But we get attacked. Like they'll fire us, get rid of us.
Yeah,
Because they're afraid.
Aggressive.
Or
Yeah.
call the police.
Yeah.
The
Or
first
call
thing-
the
And
police.
like Ronald said, there's an intimidation that they feel they can intimidate a black woman before they could a black man.
That's
A
true.
black man automatically is quote unquote aggressive.
True.
A black woman
Well, they
is
call y'all aggressive
aggressive,
too.
but yeah, but we can be put in our place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But they more so think they control you.
And that's
when
what
they get
happened with,
afraid when.
that's what happened with Cheryl Underwood. She
Right.
tried to she tried to son her.
But then it came out that she did the same thing with Holly
But,
Robertson.
okay.
That's a
But-
new one.
It also came
but-
out
She
that-
tried to
Like a
shut.
rap word.
It
She
also
tried
came
to
out
son
that she did
Cheryl
the same
Underwood.
thing with.
Cheryl Underwood wasn't
Right.
going for it.
And she did the same thing with Holly Robinson. Holly Robinson
Yeah,
revealed.
P. Robinson.
Holly
And
P.
Cheryl tried to
Robinson,
say that was a lie.
that she said that she
She was
called
too
her
ghetto.
too ghetto for the show.
And the next thing Holly knew, she was asked
She was
to
actually
leave the
leaving
show.
the show.
Wow.
And you know how Holly Robinson Pete is. Who would look at her as ghetto?
So is Sharon Osbourne the?
No, Sharon did come back with a statement. She came back with a statement saying she doesn't have the power or authority to get anyone fired, and that wasn't true.
Child, we know you lying.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation with Cheryl and Sharon, if that was two black women, would there still be an uproar in the situation?
I don't think so.
We would be.
First of all, it's been a different conversation.
No.
Exactly.
No. What I'm just saying, if saying who Sharon is, right? That was a black woman, right? And she was sticking up for Pierce in the situation.
Oh, you saying the black woman was
It was
sticking
two
up?
black
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been different.
That black woman would have been
Why-
crucified for sure, though.
Huh?
She would have been crucified for sure.
No, I'm saying, but no, it
Because it's
been,
now become a racial issue.
no, because
so the black person
let's
takes.
go back to this though. In the beginning, let's be honest. Piers Morgan thing really wasn't a racist issue.
It wasn't.
It was a jealous issue.
It
Yes.
was.
That's
Yes.
now
That's
it's-
because
but that's what I'm
he
saying.
didn't get a chance to
Right,
hit.
he didn't.
Right.
I mean, it was
Now it's become racial.
No, but let's
It
say
became
this. Let's
racist.
say this. I agree with you on it. It was started out as it is a justice on his behalf, but his statements were racist, or they made racist.
So what statements did he
statements.
make? Like, well, yeah,
What's
why?
racist?
I heard that he put her in the cab. They were supposed to be dating.
Not
He put her
that
in the
part.
cab
It
to
wasn't
go
that.
to
No, he
the
said
house.
when
But
Pierce
his
when he was
outrage
speaking on
on
that
the
morning.
statement.
No, he
All-
was saying he
all-
didn't believe what
No,
she said.
all week on that show, he's been
He was
bashing
bashing her.
bashing
But no, he quit the day that
No,
he
no.
brought it
Yeah,
up.
that's how
no.
everybody
But
bashed him.
Yeah.
he quit the day the co-host called him out.
Yeah.
The co-host called him and said, he said, Pierce, let's just say, your real problem.
But that was the same day after the
Yeah,
interview came out.
He's like, your problem is she curves you.
Let's
And he
be real.
said,
he was saying, let's be
so
honest.
these remarks you're making, or you're saying, are really not out of any kind of objective, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, observation.
Because your feelings are hurt.
Your feelings are you emotional, and Pierce was going this and this.
Because
And
he
so they
said
back and
y'all
forth.
was friends, and she stopped being your friend.
And Pierce threw a temper tantrum. So,
But the way they introduced race is they basically was like, he felt like he was this upper echelon white man with privilege, and how dare this black
Right.
girl tell him that she's like Kirpin basically.
Yeah,
So
for-
they
well,
threw
for
race.
a white boy.
They
Well,
threw
well,
race
my
into
thing
it, but
is
it
this.
definitely was not race to begin with.
It wasn't race, because just think about it. Just think about it. You are a dude. Just saying, you got money, right? You got money, right?
Right.
But you ain't got LeBron James money, right? So LeBron James come in and takes your girl from you, right? You gonna be mad. You gonna be pissed,
But you
right?
understand.
But you gonna understand, right?
Exactly.
When you gonna be mad. You might cuss her out behind
But
closed
this other
doors.
thing though, she wasn't even his girl.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
But
one
no,
day.
But
It wasn't even a
I'm just
date.
saying.
They
But
gave her
I'm
a ride.
you're mad. You're
Are you
mad.
serious?
But you're mad on two levels.
Because you do have a little bit of money. You got a little bit.
You
of
got a little bit of
power,
money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But see,
And
one,
you're fat,
you didn't
right?
hit. One, you didn't hit. That's why you mad. Because you
And-
couldn't use Ray J on her.
And you
I
couldn't
hit it
compete-
first.
But no, but you couldn't compete either. And you couldn't compete with Harry.
Yeah.
He's younger, got more money.
Yes, that's what I'm
And
saying.
he's Prince Harry.
You
Yeah,
guys,
He was the most eligible
you guys,
bachelor in the world when she
exactly.
tagged him.
He got his own money.
Don't come to find out he does not have his
Can
own
we
money.
We
ask
got to
you
close
our
this sec-
questions, Ronald?
Well, I really brought y'all here for the love, sex, relationship.
Okay.
So,
Do that instead of
so
the
the last segment we're
Tone,
gonna talk
me
about.
and Tone do this at Tone's house or my house on Mondays, and we have our own questions. But Ronald already told me we just want your opinion.
That's
You
all
know
right.
how he do.
Right.
He don't want nobody to steal the show.
No, that's
didn't
not
say
it.
what?
It's still the show.
He
But
was
anyway, next on, before we leave, we have to talk about the Grammys. There was so much history
I
made
ain't
at the
seen it.
Grammys.
Lil Baby
No
was
one
it for me.
watched.
Shout out
You like Lil
to
Baby?
No, Lil Baby did it for me. That was
Oh,
the
okay.
whole.
I thought you.
That's
I
all I
thought it was great performances, but let's go down to some of the, let's go down on some of the great winners. The one, of course, Beyonce.
Young.
She won. She made history.
Young.
She got the most Grammys out of all artists, not only black
No,
females.
as a
No,
female.
It's female.
Female.
No.
We already looked it up.
She has 28, which beats out everybody.
No, it
but
does not.
27 for female. Look at it.
We looked
It
it
does.
up.
It's two different stats.
We looked it up.
It's females.
It's
It's
females.
females.
It's not. It's all artists.
That's what I
She
said
beat
too.
Michael Jackson.
Okay, hold on,
She
hold
beat
on.
everybody.
No, no.
She beat out
Would you
Michael.
please-
Michael,
let's go
Mariah,
back.
Whitney.
Mariah.
Yeah, let's
Go
look
to
this
the
up.
Hell no.
Who
Somebody
has
look
the
this
most
up.
Grammys of all time?
It's
We going to
It's
get it off
It's
authenticated.
an artist that
Wait a
we
minute,
call
I've
an
been
instrument
slipping, y'all.
artist that got the
I
most.
said,
He got
We
31.
gonna see, yeah, see exactly. Exactly.
It's a what they call a director.
A composer,
Yeah.
a score, a
composer.
movie score,
Producer.
type of
Yeah,
person.
he
Who has
got
the most?
31.
Exactly.
Singer.
Who has
Singer.
31?
She has
No,
the
no,
most.
we
That- we know it.
It wasn't
No,
singer.
I said
no, you said Grammys. You
No,
said
it
the
was-
most
no,
Grammys
it was
of all.
artists. Yeah, it was artists. It wasn't
Yes.
singer. It was artists.
Well, yeah, it's artists.
No,
All
Artists is
so
everybody.
a composer is an artist
Yeah,
too.
artists is everybody.
Well, let me say
And
this.
she tied with
Beyonce.
Quincy Jones for all together.
Thank you.
That
Well,
was at
they- like I-
27, but she beat him when
Thank
she
you,
got
Dennis.
28.
No,
No,
he got
she
28.
he got 28 too.
No.
Hey,
She got-
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what?
George Salty holds the record for 31 awards.
And
Okay.
he's
31. Oh, okay.
And he's a
Composer.
All right. So Beyonce for female
Okay,
artists
for female artists.
Beyonce
and,
still
and for black artists.
I mean, we understand he's the president of the
The
Charles
Beehive.
County
The
Beehive
Beehive.
Club.
Yeah.
So
And that's what I'm always
I'm
gonna
PG
say.
County.
Shout out to Blue Ivy, got her first Grammy.
She did.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Her
for
first?
she
Wow.
featured
Brown Skin Girl. She co-wrote Brown Skin Girl.
She co-wrote Brown Skin.
She
Girl.
wrote the hook.
They,
Don't
they,
do
gave,
that.
they gave her the basically
Shout out
credit. Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish got a Grammy.
Since 1986.
Since she's the first
Black woman since Whoopi Goldberg.
first woman comedian to get a Grammy since Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, that's good.
Since-
That's
yeah.
good. Tiffany had.
And
Yeah.
Even
She
though
cried.
I've never
She
heard her
did.
do
She found out while she was filming her other show.
Right.
Something about
Kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Kids in the
And they
Dark
called it
Yeah.
something she won a Grammy. She was just
that
so
was very
humble.
nice. I like her.
And the kids was
too.
clapping
Oh
for her and
yeah,
stuff.
it grew on me.
That blonde.
Yeah,
look,
it grew
look
on
good
me.
on her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Megan Stallion.
Yes.
What she
Megan
did.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee
Megan Thee
Stallion.
What
Stallion.
about him? What happened?
Wait.
Megan got her
Stallion.
first. She got her first Grammy.
Okay, man.
She got and then I thought their
Did she win more
performance.
than one?
That's she the one
And
that
her
whooped
performance
Beyonce over the
was
top.
amazing. She won best
Oh.
rap album and she won
And Nicki
best
Minaj
new
was upset
artist.
about that
Shit, Nicki should be upset.
because
'cause
Nicki has never.
Nikki was
won a
upset about
Grammy.
what?
Nicki never won a
That
Grammy?
Meg
No,
one?
she never won.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
She
She
never
was,
won.
she was very upset.
You know they get those Grammys out
Nicki
very
don't have a
scarce.
Grammy.
Nicki,
No,
but
like-
Cardi B won her Grammy last year. So
Didn't Cardi win
So
this year
Nicki feels
too?
a
No,
way
she
about
didn't.
that. Like
She
the
should.
new artists are coming out.
I'm
and they
surprised
won.
Nicki never
But this is
got
the
one.
thing. What Nicki needs to
Me
do
too.
is, I'm with this. Like Roddy Ricch was talking about this. He was talking about he felt like the young cats. How we supposed to feel
Oh,
if
somebody said Megan got
the OGs,
3. I'm sorry.
the OGs like Kanye are pissing on their Grammys? So, but
Oh, yeah.
what Roddy Ricch got to understand is that it's not the same though.
Right.
Nicki should have a Grammy. There's no way Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi should have Grammys. And Nicki don't have
That
one.
is that's
Well,
that's
that tells you
well, you
that-
got to think about something else.
Bubblegum
No,
Awards,
no,
yo.
it's biased.
bullshit.
What we also forget is this. Sunday night was the first time Nas ever won.
That would be
Grammy.
my second thing.
Are
I'm
you
saying
serious?
Nas.
Bubblegum Awards.
Nas has never got
What?
one. And Nas got his first Grammy.
That's
please
crazy.
understand that.
Come on,
And
he
he's
didn't
been
get
out-
Grammy
and
for
he's been-
Ether?
and he's been out since 1991. or
How could he
90.
not get a Grammy for Ether?
And
Because-
Ether's a classic.
Let me tell
Because
you
he
That's
that.
his song.
Because
but
he
it-
was
that-
always
that-
competing against people like LL Cool J and
Jay-Z.
And that's
you know,
it. That's why Jay-Z got 22 Grammys. That's why Nicki,
23.
Just give it to him and
23.
Beyonce.
That's why
That's
Nicki
point.
Minaj never got a Grammy
How
because
Nicki
she
don't have? How Nicki don't
That's
have?
what
a
they
Grammy?
don't
Well, I'm
That's
gonna tell you one thing about
And
Nicki
Drake.
Minaj.
She's
Nicki
good.
Minaj has 4 albums, and all of them came from the same first album. You know.
But what I'm saying is,
Unloaded 2,
That's
Yeah.
Unloaded
but
3.
look, but another thing you gotta
That means Nicki
understand.
ain't working hard
She
enough.
always-
She's not. She's not.
But she always competed against Jay-Z and Drake.
Sure.
But she
Because when
got
she
the
started,
most.
was
She
nobody
probably
else.
got the most Soul Train awards.
Oh yeah. The BET
Is that a
award.
thing now? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, Soul Train
And
awards
she
is
even
still
got
a
the
thing.
MTV
They should make
award.
that mainstream.
Right.
Soul
And
Train
man-
Awards was the bomb.
Anyway,
It still is.
shout out to Nas getting his first. He get my salute.
Nas
Yeah.
was not very mainstream, but
Sorry.
definitely over
Hey, you guys, real quickly, we got a special guest on the line before we go to love, sex, relationships. And,
She's like, I'm ready to go.
and
Nah, I don't look at that text, man. No shade.
oh,
Before we go to you, get back on the line.
oh, get it
Oh,
back
he
on
hung
line?
up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We want to talk
I
about
I do
definitely
want to
interested
ask
in
him
some
about
Yeah, I want to hear whatever he
And
has to say.
I mean, I know this y'all's show, but I wanted to briefly speak on the
Good.
4 people that got killed
Go
over
for
the
it.
stimulus check.
Wow.
Did
Wow.
anybody see
That
that?
was sad.
That was so
Yeah,
sad.
That's sad.
Someone's baby daddy felt like he was entitled to a portion of the mom's stimulus check. He did not work.
Or take care of the
Or
child.
take care of
Davey
the
told
child.
us about that.
And you know, he pressured her, and she said, "I'll give you $450 of it," and he wanted more, so he shot the whole.
He shot
He shot
her mother.
He shot her daughter, her
He
7-year-old.
shot her, two kids.
That was her child?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Her brother,
For a
because her
stimulus
brother was
check?
defending her.
Did he
Her
shot the
cousin.
child that he had by her?
No.
No,
He kidnapped
the,
that
the,
baby.
the other, the
He
other baby.
kidnapped that baby?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
took the baby with
He
her.
looked
And the
traumatized.
mother, his baby mother actually survived and ran to the neighbor and
I know.
Yeah, I heard
and-
she
and-
survived.
So the mother and the kids died.
No, the mother did
The
die.
grandmother.
She's in critical
The-
condition.
The grandmother of the baby.
The grandmother's baby, but her
And the
mother,
baby.
the baby
And
mother's
the
mother,
maternal grandmother.
And the baby.
and the 7-year-old.
Okay, let's say her name is
7-year-old.
Stacy.
I got
Stacy's mama and Stacy's child and
He-
Stacy's cousin
he
all
shot
died.
And brother.
He just shot
And
me
brother,
out and said,
all
you
died.
And
still
then,
ain't
of course,
get
he
the
has
money.
no money. Somebody just
And
did the
didn't
same
get a
thing.
dime. Exactly right.
But
Didn't
I'd
get
say
a
that on my
dime.
deathbed.
But, you know,
Still
there's
ain't
been
get
so
the
many stimulus jokes going on, but people do, you know, money
Yeah,
gets people out of their
no.
character.
This
But
is,
you did all
but
that
this is
for
a
14
cautionary
years
tale about messing with
A lot of people,
with
$1,400.
Wait, no,
are
28.
toxic and really dysfunctional. Like when people are really toxic and dysfunctional, sometimes you can work with them, try to help. You may want to try to help them, but most of the time you have to leave them alone.
They were
Yeah.
like, he shot up her car, he put sugar in her tank.
He already been doing stuff to her,
Yeah,
right?
he
I
had,
heard
He
that.
had been doing
Oh,
stuff
because he
for
wasn't part of that $1,400.
No,
no,
just
no.
overall.
He
He
So
was threatening her
already
like
had-
he wouldn't let her leave
Shit,
him.
I'd have
Yeah.
gave him
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
I gave him the whole.
Yeah.
But he
the
would have
money.
still wanted more. Nothing would have been enough for
Oh, you
him.
didn't say you want the check, did you?
Is that what you
I thought
want?
Well,
you
see,
said-
the thing
I
about
thought
it
you said
is,
check.
you
Right,
feel
right.
like he's not gonna go over a certain age because you've dealt with him before,
Mhm.
right?
But
And
you
it's-
know,
never
but the
know.
fact that he wouldn't let her go, like he putting sugar in her tank, slashing her tires, threatening her. He already been threatening her, so she didn't feel like she could move on to another guy.
But see, what
No,
pissed
no,
him
wait,
off-
but it's not
what
about
he's
just
saying
going
is-
on to another guy.
Yeah,
It's just
she thought he would
she
never
knows-
go that far.
So like a lot of times, what happens is, in a lot of situations, is people rather deal with the devil that they know
Right.
than the devil that they don't know.
Yeah,
So,
but that's
so,
not.
so and that's dangerous in
gotta
a lot of
leave
situations.
Broken, toxic, dysfunctional people alone.
Thank you,
But
Pat.
that is
You
true.
have to
that
leave
one,
people
Pat.
alone,
But
man.
that is true. But a lot of times,
It's
most
called
people
bow
don't.
out
most
gracefully.
people-
Like
Most
you
people
got
don't know
it.
how to do that though.
But
You
even
in
though,
a relationship.
Yeah.
So how
I'm a strong
how did she
believer
know
that-
that he was gonna go that far though?
What
That's what
happened-
I'm
you
saying.
don't
know.
She
Okay,
don't
what
expect
happened
them to
was-
do
Okay,
that.
let
for
one
that part.
person
I'm
talk
sorry.
at a time.
What happened was her brother was defending her. So you know how a man feel like if another man is getting up in their face. Her brother like got up in his face and pushed him, and that triggered him to jump back and pull out his gun, and he just started shooting.
and then the cousin started.
This nigga crying over some stimulus money, but he got enough money to buy a gun and bullets.
You
Yeah,
know you could get that.
it's
That's,
crazy.
that's cheap.
It's
No,
crazy
it's
to me.
not.
A gun and bullets illegally? Yeah.
Man, it's not cheap.
That don't come along.
That's another cautionary tale
You
too.
get a gun for
Like,
a couple $100.
Okay, but you just
You
killed
know
somebody.
14.
Right.
He killed somebody over $200.
Exactly.
But this is
That's a couple
this is
$100.
a
So-
great-
Yeah,
a
no.
great
But
Where
he
did
way-
that
had,
go?
no, I'm
No,
saying he
Did
had
he call
enough.
him?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now so we move
I guess we
Oh,
probably.
we gotta shout out Shati. She tuning in.
What's up, Shartice?
Hey, Shotzi.
She said facts. Leave toxic
Leave
people
toxic
You
alone.
can read yours, but I can't read mine.
But that's just it for me. You never know. Like you don't know what somebody else will do. You never know if that day is going to be. I'm going to take you
I
and
love
me out.
not wrong.
I mean, somebody who
So
snaps
how
you-
do you
That's
get?
what
How,
I'm
you say
wrong,
leave the toxic relationships, but how?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some people, if they snap, you can't do anything about somebody snapping.
We
You
have
don't
a-
know it. But there's behavior that is flags and signs that's telling you to
Mhm.
bow out gracefully.
Yeah.
But what should she have done though?
Bow
Because
out.
no,
She
she's
have to
not.
move.
Well,
No,
what
she
she
bowed
could-
out.
No,
He
no,
came
No,
back.
but hold on.
Now, I'm
see,
gonna
a
tell
lot-
you. I'm gonna tell you one thing that she could have done is like, She could have just edged them on and said, all right, you know, I'm gonna give you the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That would have only bought her a few
She
days.
said, I'm gonna give you
I mean,
$450.
He already knew what he was
And
going to
got
do
mad,
if she said no. He already knew that.
according to people there.
Listen, he showed a lot of immature, toxic behavior
Yep.
before, and I'm saying she should have. First of all, you leave them alone before you even have sex with them. You
Well,
definitely
that,
shouldn't.
Well,
you know, they
that-
said anything.
that-
Well,
that's-
I
You
know,
what I'm
but
saying?
but I'm saying it's a cautionary tale for us,
Okay.
our kids going forward.
Mhm.
My daughter just met a guy. She lives in Houston. She just met a guy in October. They spent Christmas together. Her birthday's in January.
So you
her
think she
birthday.
moved too fast?
Well, no. I'm like this. How's it going? She's telling me she happy. They good. We going to dinner. We doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I'm like, you still only known him for like 90 days and whatnot, right? You know what I'm saying? You in Houston?
All right, don't give him the Steve Harvey shit. All right, because that's not reality.
What?
90
90-day
days.
rule.
Oh no! I'm saying that you haven't known that long. I'm like y'all seem like y'all real comfortable. You done traveled to something like they went somewhere
Yeah,
outside of
that's
Houston
fine.
because
You
of
feel it.
something in there.
You overprotected, Dad.
Overprotective.
Yes, you
No, I'm just
overprotected.
telling her keep
Nah.
your
How old
hands
are you?
Too
How old
much.
is, how old is she?
I'm like, pay attention. 28.
Keep your
She's
hands on that
28.
swivel.
I'm like, pay attention. Like, look for signs. My thing is, listen, if everything's cool, but if you start seeing signs, you gotta back
And
off.
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of
definitely.
women don't realize a sign can be him trying to commit really quick. That's a sign.
True.
He wants to be your boyfriend. He met you last week.
I'm
That's
gonna
a sign.
I'm gonna tell you another sign. When you spend $298 on the first date, that's a sign. He wants some ass, or you gonna get some cash.
Yeah, we
What's wrong with that?
talked about that last week. Do y'all think that $278 was too much to spend on a first date?
I believe it is.
Do y'all
That's-
think-
I said it's extremely too much
That's too
because
much money.
now,
Nah, 'cause you
now
feel
you set,
guilty.
Did
you
she
set the floor.
demand he
You
I
spend
think
set the
it's
floor.
too much.
or was
It's
it
too
his
excessive.
idea to
200
spend?
No, what I'm saying, you
$100
feel
on a
guilty.
date.
Say, I'm gonna have to give him some. Now he didn't spend.
No,
$2.
what's the question? It was, did she demand he spend two
No.
something?
No.
Or did he take it
That
upon
was
himself
that
to
was the
spend
bill.
two
That was
something?
the bill.
That was the bill.
It was trending on
Oh, she
Facebook.
ordered hella.
I
would've
didn't see
did
it.
that.
That's too much.
That's
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
it
that's
depends on
a
where they
big
went
one.
and
Yeah,
things
see,
like
Yeah,
that.
she went to dinner
Shout
and
out
it
to
turned out
smart
to be
women because a
$300.
smart girl, even if it's the first date,
But
she's
we're
like,
talking
that
to
costs too
women.
much.
We're talking to older women. We're not talking to younger
Damn,
women.
babe.
I'm just saying.
there's some young women who will be
Give me
like,
200 in the money, well, then we can spend the
I
70.
swear.
yeah, they'll be
Yeah,
like,
don't spend no
but why you
$300
taking
in a
the money on
restaurant.
it?
yeah, exactly.
Because I can do my own shit with it.
See, that's why I say we can't
You
talk to
gonna
them.
spend
That's
the
why I
$200
say we
anyway.
can't talk to
But I
them.
think even a younger bro, a younger
That's why, because they
We
got
definitely
other plans
We
already.
got different
laws.
They got it already figured
but
out.
even a younger girl would have been like, we never spend this much.
No, younger girls like that.
Yeah, they
Oh,
they
but
want
you-
to brag on that.
do you
I
know
think
what
you might
I hear
want
is
to
a
feel it
trend
one
now for
time.
younger
You want
girls?
somebody treat you like that one time.
You know what I hear is a trend now for younger girls? When you take a girl out, you have to buy her outfit, get her hair done,
Oh,
Give
she
her-
ain't going out.
give her money to do
Oh, yeah.
X, Y, and
That's
Z.
a bomb right
Then
there.
you pick her.
They
That's
trying that
what
with,
they
they
do
trying that with a
now.
couple dudes who just got money to blow.
I
What
couldn't
the-
believe that.
But let me tell you something. When a girl on you and you got that gift of gab,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, you don't
need
gotta
all
spend a
that.
dime.
You
You
don't
ain't gotta
even
spend
you don't
shit.
even need all
You
that.
can give
You
her
don't
a
need
free
none of
date
that.
and
When
she
she
wouldn't
on
even
you,
realize it.
I
She
found
on-
out
she
something
on-
today that was
I'm a
crazy,
great
man.
cook.
A dude, this a dude,
Don't
man.
try that shit on the first date.
Somebody
This is-
said a young girl gonna run your credit
Right,
up.
but this is a dude that's the
I'm sorry.
geekiest dude that you ever look at, you ever think, you know what I'm saying? And he was able to get the top women in this certain department.
Who
He got
was it?
charisma.
I'm not giving out names, but I'm just saying, it's just how he,
What you
At your
saying?
job?
no, I ain't saying that my job. I'm just saying, I'm not putting out.
He got charisma. That's
people
why.
watch, but I'm just saying is, I couldn't believe it.
He was nerdy
Well, then he
looking.
could get these
And
these
he
bad
used
bros.
that
And he
nerdy
was
thing
able
to
to
his
pull
advantage.
Top notch, yeah,
He
women.
was
Yeah.
able to pull it greatly.
And we
Now,
talk about,
what
like,
was
I'm
the,
not
why
surprised.
wouldn't you believe it?
His image.
Yeah, he said these women was accomplished. They're making big money, and
But-
he might be to be the male.
Was it how he looked or how he acted that made women attracted
That
to
too,
him?
he was. I don't know how he did it.
Sometimes it's
I
like,
think
You got to
He played that
sometimes it's confidence
Yeah.
or shy, whatever it is. That hit
I
the-
mean-
He played it to his advantage.
I mean, yeah, you gotta know what works for you.
Yep.
No, but sometimes it's reading a woman. If you read her right, some women like men who are quiet and unassuming. They're not trying to be in the spotlight, and they like that. Somebody who's like kind of mysterious, methodical, and then other women like dudes who really funny.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
it.
got
He know what to say.
that's it.
He can say relevant
This
stuff.
dude was
That's
funny.
it.
He was
Cause
a comedian.
one told me he was funny.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, God
He
damn,
say
that's
things
all
to
it
make,
take to be
you know,
wrong.
yeah, if you got
And
personality.
sometimes when
Yeah,
you're geeky
personality
like
counts
that,
anything.
if you meet
Honestly,
women,
especially the older you get.
if you meet women with like a certain like, they'll make you feel at ease because no, he's not the top notch dude. He's not the
Yep.
prettiest in the room.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
can be me because I know I look better than this nigga. So
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But also, you feel like you probably can lock him down because,
Exactly.
and everybody ain't chasing after
I
him.
always said that. Before I moved to the federal government, I always worked at law firms. The mailroom dudes was knocking them lawyers out.
the lawyers.
And they might
The
want somebody
lawyers.
on a little
They was-
edgy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
They
saying?
was knocking them
That
lawyers
turns
out.
some
But
people
you
on
gotta
too.
think
Exactly.
about it, a lot of relationships happen at work.
Yep.
Because
That's what you
you
spend
spend you spend more time at work
It's the
than you
easiest place to
do.
get to know somebody without
Yes.
it being awkward.
Weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still
Hey, I don't know what happened to our tax guys. So
But
Would you
He didn't
how
come
do you
in.
how do
He
you
didn't
feel
call
about
back. He
dating on the
was-
job, like having a relationship at your job?
I think you got to be incredibly smart to do that
right.
because
And not
because
jealous.
it's angles which you got to play. It's things and the person needs to be smart too, right?
How do you break
Because
up?
what's
I
the
did
thing?
it.
That's
It's
the
always-
problem.
it's-
That's
no,
why
You
I
gotta
would
quit
never
the
do
job.
it. That's why I would never do
It's
it.
always hard to break up.
And the money
If
right,
the person
somebody
is
got
smart.
to leave this motherfucker.
When I say smart, I'm not talking about just
You mean like cunning?
Well, yeah, exactly. They wise in a sense,
Yeah,
right? Because at least we both know we're not trying to lose our jobs,
Right.
right? So even if it's hard, we're not gonna do anything to jeopardize that or to to lose our job. But if you were somebody who don't have no sense, man,
You be walking across there.
they've been told everybody in the office,
Exactly.
they've been going to HR,
They done called
and say,
your
I can't work
supervisor.
with this
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
They want to jam up the cop.
We wasn't supposed to- because some
But
jobs-
see, that's why you don't even start that. Though.
Some jobs don't even want you hooking up.
Well,
people.
well, majority of jobs they have that in employee handbook.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
most people skip over that section.
Exactly. You're not allowed to hook up with somebody. Yeah, exactly. Like your employees, they can't do that.
I would think that you spend most of your time at work, so why not?
But
I don't
that's-
want you taking
they want you to
off,
focus on work.
hanging.
They want you focusing on work and
That's
not over there going to long
There's
4-hour
a
lunch
difference
break.
between dating and having sex with your coworkers.
That's true.
That's true.
Every now and then,
No, no, but you
every
as a
now and then,
woman,
if you got
they
your
can't
own-
As a woman,
coexist
once you
differently.
fall- but you can't have sex with so many times with the same guy and don't fall for him, though, right?
That's absolutely not
So you
true.
can screw a dude 10 times and be like,
I did it for like
oh,
6
Yeah.
years.
You screwed the dude for 6 years.
Never
didn't care
caught
about it?
feelings. Never.
You're lying.
I swear.
I love you though, but
It
you
was, I
lying.
swear my hand. It was what it was.
You
and that
got
was
an
it.
inner hole.
So if you
No,
get-
it was what it was.
Inner hoes.
Okay, maybe I do got an inner hole, but
Your
it
hole
was.
is out, ain't sticking out.
It was like I'm analytical. Like when it comes to like
So you're more like a man. You're logical about
I've been
situations.
called a man, yes.
Your clit like
So
this.
I'm more like
no.
I mean maybe half
You
that.
terrible. You terrible.
But for me, it's like when you said it was what it was. So I'm never going to allow myself to go any further than what you said it was. I don't care what
So
you.
you had this cake eating too, though.
I had mine that was eating it too.
So y'all both had other relationships, like serious relationships.
Make sure she-
Well, he did, but I saw other people on the side. But he had a
See, that's
relationship.
wild. But if he was actually, say y'all was together for you, he was hitting it for 10 years. That 9th year, he was single and was available. You wouldn't say, well, why we can't
No,
get
during the
together?
time of that time, he was single at certain points during that time.
Okay.
Can I say something, Arnold? That's why when a married person has a side piece, they prefer for the side piece to be married also.
Yeah.
Because even like you saying, women get
Because they got something to lose. They both got something to
and
lose.
men get feelings just
That's
as equally.
Well, that's not
If a
necessarily
woman
true
has a
either.
side piece and he doesn't have a wife or girlfriend,
I don't
he
have
can
no
get
side
attached.
piece. I just want to let y'all know I have no side piece.
Okay, but a man could get attached to a woman just as well. So it's best if you do have a side piece and y'all doing side piece action, both of y'all already be attached.
But that's
Well,
why.
don't you think
That's
when,
why if you live in that type of life, you can't just be you can't be just sleeping with one person.
But look, but don't you think
It does
well,
require
to
some of that, and it
no, but
requires
only thing is,
time.
I say when you marry and you try to mess with another person that's married, don't sometimes that get in the way because then you
Why?
can't
No,
it's better because
because
You
it
both
takes
have
it takes
time.
away all
get-
excuses.
They know
All
how to
excuses.
get loud and say, hold up. Man.
No, but you gotta also understand. It
Shut
takes away all excuses because you know that they have other
No.
obligations.
Exactly.
It starts, but what I'm telling you, say relationships get on. It starts one way, but then you start wanting more time with that person.
That's true,
And
but
they
you already
start
know the
wanting
rules
more
of
time.
But you already know the
And
rules.
then what
know the
happens
rules.
is your relationship at home it starts lacking.
You
Not
know the rules of
necessarily.
engagement.
Not if you know the game.
Exactly.
And not if you know the
If
game.
you're out looking
You
for
can-
another relationship,
why you
then
know-
yeah.
yeah.
But if you're looking for sex, then nah, it doesn't never get that far.
But that's why you can't screw the same person.
Yeah,
Why
you
can't
definitely
you?
can't.
So you saying you want
You meet up there with sex only.
For what I'm saying, I won't have no side. I don't have no side.
That's a married man.
Okay, but he keep on saying you gotta screw several people.
No,
I
I just think that
Okay,
no
wait a
way
minute.
that you can screw the same person for 6 years and
Why
not
not?
have
You
any
not
feelings.
have feelings.
You can definitely.
And you
do
know,
that.
I'm gonna give you the scenario. You call when it's time to hook up. You don't talk anytime extra.
I'm
You don't go out on dates. You don't spend no nights and do vacations. You're calling to fuck. That's
Okay.
what you're
Well,
doing.
then, no,
We good friends and carrying on. We might, you know.
So if you and him, you at the club, you in there, he ain't paying you no
So, who you
attention.
talking about?
I tell you,
This
like,
Don't give her a bit.
I'm sure gotta say it on the mic. I just want to know. You know what I'm saying?
she know everybody.
well, we all
Yeah.
What
I'm
I'm
just
saying is, so
trying
you
to- she
telling
had
me
one that
that
she was
when
head
you
over
when you
heels
dated
Yeah,
this
we
dude,
ain't talking about
She
him.
she had one that she was head over heels,
Yeah,
but
can
don't
you-
let her fool you.
Well,
No, yeah, that, no, I'm
Okay.
saying, it's, no,
Well,
I'm
even-
saying,
even
but
this
no,
dude,
what I'm
even
saying
Tone.
is, it's possible.
So
I've
even
had a
this dude that
relationship
you
where
was
do that.
screwing for 6 years, you saw him in the club one night. Yeah, did y'all bump into each other in another place and he ignored you? You was like, what?
That never happened. We
Never
never, no,
Never
we never
did that.
traveled in the same circles or any of that.
But
Like
yeah.
literally, we hooked up when it was time to hook up.
Yeah.
Alright,
The
that's-
thing
I
about
know what you're
it
saying, for sure.
is you gotta
What?
understand.
So how can you catch feelings for that? Like if you hook up with somebody like every couple of weeks and y'all spend
Yes.
the evening together and then you don't see it for 2 or 3 weeks later, how can you get attached?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
don't want it to be
Yeah,
so
you
consistent.
only call when it's time to
And
call.
this is the
Be
thing.
super
You in
consistent.
that spot right.
No.
You only call when it's time to call.
No,
He did.
no,
He
here's the
call,
thing.
that's why you call him,
No,
to
he
hit the
said
spot
6
right.
years.
Look,
You
those
get it right once, you
relationships,
still time
those
like crack. You
relationships,
try to get that
That
high.
was 6 years.
Hold on, let's hear past it, y'all.
those relationships actually do exist, and they're actually kind of beautiful, right? Because
Yeah.
this is the thing. Everything's kind of unspoken.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to say it. We know that this is what it is. Now, the thing about it, one person or both in it normally it's one person, may feel like if they wanted to do something, I would do a relationship with
Right.
them. But they know that that person is not really
Right.
there.
Mhm.
So they just take what it is. It is what it is. And that's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you know, it's nothing
Yeah.
like knowing that going to that person that you know is gonna get the job done. Cause you get tired of like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
you understand what I'm saying? Like you go to the other person, you
Or
try
at least-
somebody
or at
else
least
this is
it's-
whack.
it's done
But you
enough.
know when you with this person that it's gonna
It may not be
be,
done,
they're
it's
gonna
done
get
enough.
you where you need to
Exactly.
be.
Hey,
Right.
this
And that makes the
this dude
difference.
also said that you can't be in a relationship with somebody for 6 years and not have feelings for. People do it all the time. It's called marriage.
I mean, is that
Hey,
You preaching a sermon.
we got like 20 minutes left in
I
the show.
got- well, I
and
think
Pastor
this is what Pastor
PDO,
was talking about.
PDO,
Nah, he
this
don't
is
want that.
segment.
Hey, let's keep it there.
Nah.
You want to pass the segment?
I know. Do you run this nigga?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yo.
You co-signing this.
PDO, I love gurus
Who's
in
in
the
the
building. We got two beautiful chocolate sisters here.
Okay.
Why they got?
Including
right?
them. That was colorism I just did.
Yes, you
I'm trying to
did.
figure out colorism.
Yes.
So-
You had
It's
two
like
beautiful
that was
sisters.
colorism? I didn't feel it.
This
but-
say,
No,
this say beautiful nerds.
You have two beautiful sisters.
Thank you.
Well, I apologize if I made you feel some
You
sort
did
of
not make me feel a certain way.
ashamed.
So saying the word chocolate is colorism now?
I feel-
Like I don't know
learning
the
that.
rules of the new, the
Yeah,
millennials.
it's-
Thank you.
There's so many- so
We
many
don't know. We can't say nothing.
There's so much
Yeah,
sensitivity
like-
out here.
Yeah, it's
And
too
then pretty
sensitive.
much all the words that
You
we
know
grew
they
up
can't hear
with.
you, lamb chop.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey, you know, PDO, what's on your mind?
Okay, so here's the question. The question is tonight is if a person asks about your sexual history,
Ooh.
Your numbers,
do they have a right to know?
your body count.
Your body
Yes.
count?
The details, whatever details they ask, do they have a right to know, being that their person is going to be with you here, say going forward, if y'all are trying to form something,
I think
and they ask,
I-
do they have a right to know
I think a
whatever
woman.
they ask?
I think a woman have right to know if their partner has been with the same sex before. I think. I think.
That's what I'm gonna throw.
So a man doesn't have the right to know that a woman's been with the same sex?
He could, but he don't normally care.
But no, does he have a right to know? Is the question.
I think a woman has the right to know.
Why doesn't a man?
Why?
No.
Why? Oh, no, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
No, we just want to understand why you choosing
Why
one
would you
side.
say
man.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I just think.
Because
We
it's
can
a
move past
stigma
the
on
thing
it.
if you
It's
was
a
balanced.
stigma on it if
But
it's a
you
man.
No, a man has the right to know too. The man has the right to know
No,
because
but
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
both people because unfortunately you cannot compete with someone's urges, someone's wants. Like if a guy's into another
And that
guy.
goes both ways.
Okay, well let me say my point, then you can go. No, I didn't mean it that way. I apologize. If it
No,
came
no,
across
no.
that way.
Just go ahead.
No, I just think that if a guy's into a guy, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna be more into a guy than he's gonna be into a woman. And if a
I don't
woman
want
is
to
in,
know.
and if it's a woman is into a woman,
But
she's
guys,
9 times out of 10 she gonna be more into a woman than she'll be into.
but
a
guys
man.
change their mind
I don't know
every
about
now and
that
then.
because
I don't agree with that.
I disagree. I don't agree with that. I don't care if you with a man or woman. Your past is your past.
so you don't really want to know.
If I'm gonna be committed to you at that time,
You don't want to know.
no, I don't want to know.
No details.
No.
Nah, I don't need to
I
know
don't
the
care
details.
about-
I feel like
Hold
this.
up. My
I don't care
details
about your
are
body count either.
how many of my friends you don't fuck, my
That's
family
true.
members,
That's
and that's
true.
about it.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
let me.
That's
Here's
true.
the first stage. What if she was a stripper?
Okay,
What
I don't
difference
care.
that made?
It doesn't matter.
I don't
Would
really
matter.
wanna know.
Okay, so what
I
if
wouldn't
she
get
was
mad
a
at you.
prostitute?
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
No,
As long as y'all take y'all STD
No.
I feel like
tested,
this. I feel like
What
this.
is what she
My,
did
my,
have to do with
my
anything?
thing is this:
prostitutes.
most women,
But you
most
already
women
know if-
are low key prostitutes anyway. For the simple fact of it, I'm just saying because no, because they're not having sex with somebody without getting something out of it financially.
You're right.
That's a lie.
That's
you
not
feel like
true.
that's
all the
It's,
time.
it's people
Most
that take
times.
care of men.
That's what I said.
It's
That's what I
women that
said. Low
take care of
key.
men.
Most times, right?
Okay,
But majority, but
They
we're
call
talking.
gigolos.
We're talking about majority of times,
I don't know
men
what
are
you're
taking
talking
care of
Where
women.
you getting your
Yeah,
stats
you
from?
Well,
Yeah.
to some degree. But
You
hold on.
like-
Let me
Look,
put this
You
angle
guys
on
are
this
like
quick.
all the other women that listen to
Matter
this
of
show.
I
fact,
feel
there's
like
a
this.
song. What was it saying? Was it Jocelyn Brown? I think it was. No romance without finance.
That was my favorite song.
Yeah.
Nothing going on with the rent.
rent. You gotta have a
Goddamn
J.O.B.
Be, if you want to be with me,
But what's he
what is that?
But what's he talking about? Relationship or what's he talking about?
It doesn't matter.
She's
It
talking about
doesn't
you can't
matter.
even get with her if you don't
She-
have money.
If you don't have money, you can't get with
That's
her.
certain
what she was
females,
saying.
and
That
definitely once women are older and experienced.
But
I feel like this.
Younger girls, they find that guy that they like, and they like him.
Your
But I
business.
feel like that's not really true. In my age group, I feel like women, a man doesn't have to have much because a woman in my age group and in this day and age,
It's already
they have it
established.
going on.
You got what you need.
They
exactly.
kind of
No,
like
I
they want a
disagree.
relationship.
I disagree.
really
That's
bad.
all with the company and
Yeah,
exactly.
so
no,
they'll
but I
take-
disagree
they'll take
because
whatever.
even women at your age, you still ain't gonna mess with no broke man.
Women, they on my page.
Who you talking about?
They
You
on my
I'm
know
page.
saying-
how many women low key take care of men?
You guys want
They
a man that's
pretend.
gonna try
I could've
to
found
They
reason,
pretend, yeah, but you know
I
how
felt-
many
I
women
work in the
are
hospital, and all the men that come through there, I said, get you.
How did Eddie Murphy
got a
say
nice job
coming to
house,
America?
and
Where
you
are
ain't
those
taking
women?
care of it.
Okay, number one, I feel like your business is your business until you make it my business. Meaning, if you slept with a
You ain't that
man,
perfect.
if you slept with somebody with HIV,
Tones, hold on.
Oh,
if
that's
you
it.
slept with that's
So-
what I
so-
need.
so-
You need to tell me.
You tell me
Hold on.
that.
Do you want him to tell you? You're asking, or you saying you don't want?
Thank you, Tony.
You saying I'm not asking?
I'm not even gonna tell you
Don't
that.
tell.
If
I-
the lies
I-
are
Don't
tested-
ask, don't tell.
I
What
kind
you
of feel
saying?
like your past is your past, but I feel like the man, it would be, I would want my man or my potential man to tell me things that would involve me. Like if you had sex with a man, I need to know that. But if you had sex with
Why?
one
That's in the
preacher,
past, though.
That's a pass.
I
If
don't
you-
know. I
Nah,
want
that's
to know
totally
that.
different.
I'd
I
like
want
to know how to
because
do
that's a
it.
preference thing.
Because I
I
don't
want a
want you
king
looking at me
who
different.
don't want
But
a
it
king.
wasn't. But
So I should be told if you want a
But
king.
it's in the past, though.
No,
But-
sir.
but that's not his
I want a
preference.
king then, but I want a
Okay,
king.
That's
but
his
listen,
preference,
but
and he
listen,
got one.
that is in
No,
the
it's
past,
not.
but
Why
if
is that
you're
his
okay,
preference?
okay,
If his
okay,
preference
okay.
is you're his preference at that point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nah.
but
All right, let's see what she
You're
got
his
to
preference.
say.
even
All right.
even though that's in the past, if you're attracted to a man and you've had
If you've been with a man,
and
right?
you've been with a man, I would want to know so I
Right.
can know how to go. I wouldn't want to deal with you.
Okay,
So would not want to
so-
go.
No,
so,
I would not.
So even if you're in love with this man and he told you he's been with
Yeah,
a
I
man,
wouldn't.
but you know, but women try each other all the time in college and stuff like that.
Do that.
And
I
we
don't agree with that either.
and we
That's
don't-
some white sorority shit. Black girls don't do
Black
that.
girls-
Black girls do that.
I mean,
Black
black girls do get down,
Yes,
but
Black girls do
Maybe
that.
he just described a sorority movie. I'm
No,
just saying.
no. That's reality.
In general.
Black
That's-
girls do
I know a lot of black
That's
girls.
not
Matter of
Luke
fact-
then.
All I'm saying, you should tell a person
Matter
if
of
you
fact-
still have them urges.
Yeah, you should.
Hold on,
Okay, so-
Now, if you have those urges, that's something
That's
different.
what I'm saying. If you did what
First
you
of all,
did, that's
I think more about mothers experimental stuff. They would never tell. I think
course,
they-
true.
Well,
Yeah,
they never
very
would know.
true.
You
Very
got-
true.
Yeah,
You would
but
never
it's all in the
know.
open
You
air.
never
tell
know.
you, yo.
Yup, that's true.
Man, they was doing stuff.
Shout out to Shanti. She said, why can't it be that two people want to put their resources together to reach new heights together? We both have to start with something. I don't know about that.
What's he
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about?
we
We
know
talking
what
about
you're talking
finance.
we
Yeah.
talking finance. What we
Okay.
saying?
Oh, no romance without finance?
And
Okay, yeah, that's
Because-
And Talise said, OMG, Dave, not every woman is like that. Many women have their own.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah,
You might have
exactly.
your own, but most
Yeah,
women
they
don't
do.
have their
Many
own.
women have
They
their
still
own.
don't want to spend their
You don't want
own.
to spend
Yeah,
all
exactly.
That ain't a
Well,
lie.
I'm saying y'all not
Thank
messing
you.
no broke.
I-
dude.
I-
Okay,
I-
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like
Majority
spending
of
my
women,
own either, so I feel you.
majority of women, they they can be more than that man and still will not spend their own.
Yeah.
They still will not come
They
out of their
still
pocket.
But do you know how many women pretend that their man is taking care of them, but they're paying for everything? Do you know how many women have been in the government since 17 and they're 40 now, so they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars and no man?
But
so they're willing to
that's
pay
somebody
for a
that
man.
you've been in a
No,
relationship.
they will take care
That's
of you.
somebody
Exactly.
but that's
no
somebody
problem
you
with-
grew with.
and it's
But-
the- no,
hold on,
it's the
but-
best
hold on,
of the
but-
bitches.
Right, but she's not gonna do that
Ladies.
twice. She'll do that with you because you started from the beginning. Yeah.
That's not true.
No.
Arnold, that's not true.
And
That's not true either.
Listen, a woman that's, okay, just think about these women that's career driven. They spent their 20s and 30s career driven. So they're not thinking of, they're not thinking about a man at this point. So when they get 30 and 40, the men are either divorced or married or whatever.
Dope fiends.
Yeah, the
You
pickings
in
are
jail,
slim when
coming
you're
out
in
of
your
jail.
40s. Trust me when I tell you.
What?
So
I
if
tell
she's
women
willing
that
to
all
pay,
the time.
she's
Because there's a
willing
new
to pay.
25-year-old being born every day.
Yeah, no, this is
She
true.
willing to
gotta
pay
shout
for a dude that looks
We
good on
gotta shout out
exterior.
Pam again. She doing something. She said, "We're on your mask." First of all, everybody
Hey,
tested.
lady.
Everybody had that test. We
Yeah,
tested. We
exactly.
got
Everybody
negative.
just
We
recently
negative.
got
Good to go.
Everybody
Good to
recently
go.
had that test.
I should have said that in the beginning when we said so. Everybody here has been COVID tested.
Yeah, plus when the vaccine is out.
And plus, I had my
You had the
second
vaccine?
I have that.
I'm totally vaccinated.
I had one.
Yeah,
You did your second
I
one?
had my second one.
Did you have any side effects?
I had
Because I
this
saw when
side.
you had posted.
Really? Not even headaches?
I've never had that.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I remember
You see,
when
because they
you
trying to
posted
talk me into that thing. I was like,
that. Yeah, I'm glad you did.
I've been doing
Shout out, they said interesting. Somebody said interesting.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there because people think because
That
But
was
you,
good.
yeah, you'd be surprised at how many women are willing to pay for a man and make it look like
That's true.
something different.
Okay.
I understand that, but the thing about it is, majority of men are pretty much, and when it comes to a relationship, they are pretty much asked to pretty much fund the relationship.
well, a lot of times. But
I think it's
real
expected.
quick. Let's dig into this a little bit more. If the person that you're dealing with now used to do amateur homemade porn with their ex, and they got videos out there, do you want to know?
Is there ex a woman?
Yeah, but I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I wouldn't care.
you don't care about that.
But you know about actually for sale?
Yeah, no, it's online. It's just public. It's on.
I
it's on
would want to
website.
know as a man
I
because
would
because I know that my boy is gonna see her.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Pornhub.
don't
see
A
it.
man
Yeah,
probably
Yeah, a
care,
man
but
would care, but a woman, I
That's
wouldn't
why I
care for a
think that
woman.
there's so many double standards in this whole question. Like we
That's
say,
true.
I wouldn't care.
but most
You
women,
care?
most women.
If your girl like going in, like your guy, he going in with a girl.
And
Right?
Shanika
Right.
finally
You
told the
wouldn't care?
truth. She said most
Think
career.
real hard.
She said I'm career driven and I'm not willing to pay for a man.
But to each
But,
his
Yeah,
own.
but
yeah,
for one,
yeah.
but for
To
one
Tone-
her,
hold on.
it's 10 people that's
Well,
willing to
I would
pay.
say to Tone's point, it's secret.
Yeah.
All of them have
Exactly.
to say,
For
I would
sure.
never take
Exactly.
care of
For sure.
That's
They
the
wasn't
word.
doing it.
But
That's
as
the
soon
word.
as
I've even seen
as
a
soon
woman
as
pass
they
money
get a phone and
under
be
the
like, hey,
table
they
to
be
a
like,
man.
hey,
Yeah,
to
they do.
somebody-
I've seen the
But
cards.
y'all not understanding when that happens.
They'll be saying hey to somebody who been
But y'all not
curving them,
understanding when that happens.
and if he respond, they gonna let him come over.
But
They
Pete,
gonna give him the key to the house.
Yeah.
hey, but Pete,
They gonna say here go get my card, take some food,
But Pat,
call Uber Eats, whatever. You know
but
what I'm
you're
saying?
not understanding when that
And if
happens.
they see what you don't have, they will get it.
He done hit it
Oh,
already, right?
You don't got a new phone?
Yeah.
He done hit it right. He done hit it right.
That's what I'm saying. You're not understanding when that happened. That happened when feelings are in Tony. Wow.
No,
That's
no,
not true.
no.
That happens off the break.
No,
to
it happens
No,
to
it
create,
happens on
like
the
sometimes it happens to create the
Gang
feeling.
that, like
Yes.
that. I love
Yes.
how you put that.
Yes.
It happens to gang that.
Do
Like
you
that.
know how
that
many
happens
times?
off the break
But
to
the
gain
point I was trying,
Yes.
the point I was trying to make was you saying, Pastor, you gave two scenarios. I think there's double standards, both. I think more women care if a man slept with another man. That's they would be concerned about.
Yeah,
And
but
I think,
a
and I,
man-
and I think men,
Yeah.
more men care if their woman was in porn.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
Okay,
So I
yeah,
think it's
that's
double
true.
standards.
Yeah.
So
Because I know I got
I'm not
my freaky
concerned
friends
that she
that's
was
on
on
Pornhub.
porn or she slept with another woman.
Listen, I remember back in the day, I told you this story. This girl, she really liked me. She was way more established than me.
Established how? Like financially?
Financially?
Yeah, she had just bought a new house. She had a Benz and an old truck in her driveway, and she's working for like a big company like BT, right? And she was liking me, and I was just like, yo, this woman's not gonna let me really be the man. 'Cause I had a car. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a little apartment, but it just was. She was
Is
just
that
too
an
far
issue?
away. Now I think I probably could do it now, right? But then I couldn't handle it.
But what was the issue? What for you
That
as
she
a
was
man?
that she was so far up the road that listen, I felt like we could get together and everything, and she gonna be fine up front to get me in. But once I get in, she gonna be the calculations
Trying to
gonna
be the
change.
boss.
It's gonna be like
Ah.
nigga, you can't tell me
Exactly.
what the best way to go is.
Yeah,
You only have what I have.
Sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
I
would feel
knew
that way.
exactly. So I was like, nah, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so now it moves to the next thing I just said. What did I just say? So now that's not my thing now. You know, I can deal with a woman who has more money than me now.
Okay.
But
now,
what's changed for you?
but now
Like, you
y'all
just
y'all
got
just
mature?
gave another scenario though.
I'm dealing with one now. What you talking about?
I mean, but what's changed for you now? Do you feel like you got more mature, or did something
Yeah, I'm
change?
mature. I'm making more money now.
Okay, so you feel like you can.
And I'm mature now because like I'm not insecure about money. Like you couldn't play mind games with me. Like then, because you got the house and the cars and the big job and everything.
But
And
you can still do your thing though, so it don't matter. Like even though she make more money, you still can take care of yourself.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. So you can still walk. if you
My
want
thing
to.
is this: one thing that we always have to remember, as men, ever since we're little boys, we've always had to compete, and we're always willing to compete in a situation. But when it comes to relationship, we're not going to compete to who's going to be the boss and who's going to be the man.
You got to compete with your significant other, yeah.
In
Oh
a
yeah, no,
situation.
exactly. Now that's what I'm saying.
So now
I
you
deal with
compete,
many
though.
women who still make more money.
No, but we're not going to compete with you.
You get
But they
money.
say that's
Because the money doesn't make you
That's what I'm
a
saying.
man
So
or
now,
a woman.
you
true.
can't
That's
give me with
true.
that. Like I don't care about your money, right? Like you
Yeah.
can make it all the money because that don't get you no.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who make 6 figures and 7 figures, right? But they live off of 6 and 7 figures, and there's dudes who make 40, 50,000 that can live a better lifestyle than they
Yeah.
Not
do.
only
The more
that,
money
though,
you
not
get,
only
the more
that,
bills
not
you
only
get.
that, $200,000 a year or $300,000 a year don't change the fact that you got that vibrator.
Yes.
That's what I'm
At the end of the
saying.
day, it is not the same. I know too many women. Of course, I talk to them about sex all the time in different scenarios, right?
Yep.
The vibrator is good to get them through, but it ain't really
That road,
getting it.
get that
And
road,
get that
man.
quick fix.
But,
Let me
but,
tell
but,
you
but it's not
something.
hitting the
That road.
point. They still want a
That's
man.
what. That's
Let
the
me
name
tell
of
you,
it,
The
bro.
road.
That
the
shit
road,
gets old
Get that road.
real
It gets
fast.
old, exactly.
Get that road.
Real fast.
Everyone I'm saying that. Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Stone. He said you're
Hey,
right.
tell
About
my niece.
Yeah, he said Dave. He been on. He wanted Dave. Dave actually got a good fan right here.
He said you're right, Dave.
No, he's talking
what?
about Pastor.
Oh, about what specifically?
He's right 100%.
With everything he's
Okay.
ever said,
Yeah, he
about
is,
my
I think he's talking
That's
about
my
Dave.
Okay, so it's I thought it was an intriguing question though about whether people have a right to know your past, right? That's the trick
No.
of it.
I
Like,
think
I
if
don't
it
feel
involves
like
you,
it's
like I
sexual.
said, if it involves you, then they have a right to know. Meaning,
I
if
think-
you've had sex with the same sex, if you had tested positive for any disease, anything like
Sure.
that, where
Or-
my
or-
life
or-
is in
I
danger,
still
I
don't
know
think.
that.
I still don't think.
What
you
about-
have- I mean, it's not. I don't think you must tell somebody if you had sex with the same sex. I think you should.
Yeah, but you.
I think
don't
everybody on the
but you
planet
don't
would know
must. I
that-
think you.
now that might be a general. That might be
but you
unspoken
but you
rule.
couldn't.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
couldn't-
saying. Wouldn't everybody know that people?
That's
Everybody
an
would want to know
unspoken
that.
rule.
No, but you could not like men's no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're right. You make a point. You telling me. So what I'm saying is, if that's not what you do no more.
Okay, so
You've been lifted.
so how
Now
about
talk
this?
about it.
Because I would be real mad if I walk in the room and I'm with my wife and then I see these 3 girls like, damn, we told her.
Okay.
You didn't tell me.
Or somebody come through, hi Carl, and you know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sylvester come through.
But
I
hold
don't
on.
want to know.
Here's
I want to
here's another
know.
scenario that happens way more than we like to admit, and that is you can start dating somebody new, and y'all get like 4 months in, and then you finally start meeting each other's friends, and then you find out that your good friend, oh,
Mess with the
me and
person.
we hooked up, like me and your good
Yes.
friend.
I would be
But
upset
should we
about
say
that.
something?
That's different. Yeah, I think I just
And,
like.
and
But
if y'all
it was-
good
it's
friends,
over.
if
They're
y'all
good
good
friends.
But you gonna know.
I think you
but
should
Dave
say
make
something.
a point.
Yeah.
Dave about to say if I'm good friends, I know that he messed with her before.
pretty much so.
'Cause
I
we
know
best
everybody
friends.
she's been with pretty much.
You how long y'all been
She
friends?
do.
Since
she
I was 13.
she's
And I'm 40.
I
I'll be
can't
43.
remember everybody I've been with.
She's
so I
living
know-
around her way. She didn't go to school with us, and she's younger than us.
Yeah, I was 13, they were 17.
Hey,
Actually,
I've
I was
been
drunk
on
when
her-
I met them.
I've
They
been
should have
on her
been
for
one
30
drunk.
years. I've never seen you before.
So I was a neighborhood friend. So
This joke.
like the 30 years, I pretty much know who she messed around with. So if I walked in and
Yeah,
seen
she know
somebody,
who.
Yeah,
If you,
I would
So
know.
if you met a guy, you would know that he had some history with her.
Yeah, I would definitely know.
Well, maybe it's not as close.
Not that one night stand she ain't tell you about.
Exactly.
I spill all my tea, so she would know.
Oh, you
I
said-
spill all my tea.
You
You
said-
Yeah.
You sure
Me
she
and the
didn't tell
girls,
about that
yeah.
time when she went to Florida?
I would know. I was probably there and
Yeah,
egged her
and I
on
would
to
tell,
do
I
it.
would tell, I would tell her. I don't.
Damn.
Hey,
I'm the encouraging
but
But is
friend.
that an issue that, let's say that you did know, and she meet this guy, you haven't met him yet, but you haven't met him. Y'all, you see him together. I want you to meet this new guy I've been seeing for the last 3 weeks. I like him. And then all of a
But
sudden,
they find out that was
and
you
then you be
slipping.
like, oh, snap.
Screenshot. She seen the picture on the first day.
Okay, yeah. First of all, I was
this
seeing
is
on the
true.
first day.
Yeah,
Second
this
of
is
all,
all the
if
pictures
that
you
scenario did happen and I walked in, I would have walked in like, "Hey, Ronald." So she gonna be like, "Tone, you know Ronald?" I'll be like, "I fucked with Ronald 2 weeks ago."
Yeah, tell our business.
I would be like, "Tina, you remember
But
Ronald from
I
10
would.
years ago?"
I don't think I would want to mess
But
with you.
even,
She
okay,
got-
let's say this.
it would've been the
Let's
end of
say,
the
but
day.
let's say that happened. The first date went good. She said, let me show you a picture of it. And then you found out.
Yeah, exactly.
I would tell
And
him
then
I can't talk to you.
Yeah, she would break
Even
up.
Even if you don't care, I would
Yeah, she's
never.
like my
Break it off.
sister.
I
She's like
would
my
never do
sister.
that to my friend.
She's
No.
like my sister.
No.
If I'm over somebody,
I don't care about
if I dated somebody and it's been like years,
I
and then
couldn't
past
do it.
ended
I
up dating
couldn't.
with her, and they seem like they would get married, they happy, I would never. I'd be like, but I had her first.
Exactly. Which is why I have to cut her because you sitting behind my back.
I'd be like, Pastor, did she coat the balls?
That's what it
You
is.
know too much about my. That's
Sit
what
up
I'm
there like that
saying.
color
You know
purple
too much
on.
about
You
my
had
baby.
a young man, I had a
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I guess that's why friends. Like I had a lot of friends, right, who wasted girls, right? Cause
What does that
What
mean?
that mean?
Okay,
They
but
They passed them around.
pass them around.
Pass them like a cold.
not past them, but it's like like for me, I've always been probably the most settled one. Like I always have like my, I'm over here with my thing.
Are you a relationship?
I'm stable. Yeah.
Okay.
My guys, they'll be with these girls and and kind of going through them. Like they fall in love for 2 weeks, they in love, and then it's over.
That's me.
They crash and burn, right? Exactly. And then
Seriously?
what
I'm falling
happens
up
is
for a week. I'm like, oh,
these girls always see me later,
I ain't got time.
but they hung out with me when they was with him. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
They hung out with me, so they'll be
Okay.
see me later, and they'll be like, "Yo, he was so crazy, da 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 da," and then they kind of like give me the signs like we could sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't want to because.
But would you want to? Yeah.
No.
Would you want?
No, that's the thing.
I would feel as a woman passed around.
Right, I think
So I
they be
couldn't
like
do
this. I think sometimes they feel like I just picked the wrong one.
But
Like
what
they
if
want to
you-
met both
yeah.
of us.
But what
And
if
so-
you had that one, like, for instance, you used to kick it with Pastor, right? But you noticed Dave was always cute. You always liked how Dave looked.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I
You
turned out to be an
understand.
asshole.
I probably let Dave hit on the low.
Right, and
Exactly,
then,
right, exactly. I was an
right,
asshole.
and then
You
but
like-
also in the scenario, Pastor used to always get on your nerve. Y'all used to fuss all the time. It just he
It's
might,
like
he
he picked
might
the
have
wrong
talked
one.
to a couple
That's true.
times.
I can understand what you're saying now.
I can understand.
But
But
you
Because it was
But
nothing but
if I knew about the
And then-
situation,
Yeah, yeah.
And those girls will
It
come
was
back.
not a
But you
serious
know,
relationship.
I've had a friend.
But-
I had a friend that I will always brag about how good the sex was, and I kept telling him about. And then,
About a girl?
yeah, then they end up messing with each other, and then I was like, it was my fault. I shouldn't have told you.
I would feel like
my thing is this.
Pastor has talked to Dave, and y'all
Yeah.
like I would
No.
feel like y'all didn't talk to
Well,
them.
no, but here's the
You
thing.
trying to
No, one
pass
thing
it
is that
around.
the girl couldn't meet us at the same time.
Oh wow.
Pick him.
So she, okay.
And they find out he's like basically got
But
asshole.
once I
right?
slept
Hold
with
on.
you.
Exactly. You slept with him and everything, right? So it's like 2 months. But then y'all broke up. Y'all talking no more. Me and him still boys. But you see me like 5 months later somewhere, and you like, dang, I should have
I
really
think
like.
men don't care about that.
Hold on, I really should have fooled with
We
you.
do.
Now my thing is this though. The ending of this thing is this. I kind of lose a little respect for you because you mess with him.
That's what I'm
Because I
saying.
know he's
Oh.
like he's like anything.
Oh
That's what he
no!
do.
I thought
know
you
what I'm
said
saying?
like.
This is what he do.
But that's because you know him better than me.
Yes,
but
I
that's,
do.
but see, that's what I'm saying. I know how I
I
am.
knew you was
With,
a lamb to the slaughter, but I couldn't tell you.
but I know how you. I know how I am with my friends. So I would think that as soon as we slept together, that you told your friend, and now he trying to holler.
Peter,
Because when I
where can
sleep,
they get that book? We
yeah,
talk
that's
about
how
that
women
time.
are.
Shanti said, hold on, but Shanti said, so now women are having buyer's remorse and returning men to upgrade.
They should.
Exactly.
Peter, where can they get that book? Tell everybody where they
At
get that book.
IamDarrellOwens.com.
All right.
Darrell spelled.
DARRELL.
I am Darrell Owens.
Yo, put your drinks in there. I wanna. Did you drink my drink?
Hell no. I ain't drink your drink.
Why is my glass empty?
You been sipping.
Ronald, you been getting tore down, that's why.
I don't.
You've been drinking.
Little Rick James.
I didn't know how I finished it. Anyway, we had a great show. I want to apologize to our tax guy. He was on hold for a little longer. We had
Hey,
technical
tax guy.
difficulties.
Maybe next
So
time.
he'll be back on next week to answer all your tax questions.
Every week.
And I
He's a great guy.
Yeah, by the time we get me in Texas, we see.
Right.
Every week.
We
I
got
need
like,
'em.
now they extended it to July
But
15th.
next week it's been confirmed. Miss Yendi will be performing live next Tuesday.
I'ma come.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
come
It's
try to do the
confirmed.
background vocal.
She will be performing live here.
I'll be
Yo, I want to thank Tone and I want to call you Talia. Jafani. Is that
Call
what
me
you call it?
Giovanni, Tina.
Tina.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, she got a good story. I want to follow them. What's y'all Facebook, Instagram, and all that?
Facebook, I'm Tone Streeter. And on Instagram, you can follow 725. That's the number 7, TWENTY, the number 5 designs.
Do you make men clothes too?
I don't, but everybody keep asking me to. But
I asked you
I
that
have
last
started
time.
making pet clothes though.
But I'm
It's
telling
my
you-
baby.
She does
But this is before
Make
before
me
y'all
a
start to
jacket.
yell
Yeah,
again.
jacket.
Before I want to put some shout out to Tone, to all my voluptuous. Is that a word?
Voluptuous, yes.
My thick sisters. This woman make you look like you a size 3.
I
She makes
do.
some beautiful
They want to
clothes.
look thick though.
I
And-
snatch the waist and
The
accentuate the
So
thighs.
all my thick sisters, y'all need to check her fashion out. She does some modeling for herself, everything. You
We're
wouldn't
gonna do a
believe.
fashion show on the show.
She'll do a fashion on the show.
We
Yeah.
are. I'll make a
Yeah,
collection.
and
We
we're
can
gonna
do
try to tag your website stuff on the page.
We
man.
will.
it. Okay, and we tag y'all on our
And y'all, and we're gonna continue with this conversation on the what do you call it again?
Clubhouse.
The Clubhouse. So
Oh, I never been on Clubhouse, but,
But
I
everybody
hear
says
about
so good.
it's alright. So no, it's good. Anyway, put your drinks in the air. Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome
you
back to the
guys.
show,
Thank you
Tone
for
and
having
Teena.
us.
Pam
Thank you.
Gaskin,
I
We
chill
love
had
out.
you
fun
guys.
as usual.
Hey, look,
I
Pam
love you guys.
Gaskin,
Been
chill
hanging with
out.
Ronald since we were 12 years old, 12
Is
or
that right?
13.
Oh,
Don't be
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about
I've known
Pam.
him since he was 12. Well, Ronald and Arnold because they twins.
And again, I will put it out there. We all have been COVID tested.
Yes.
We COVID.
So
We
we
are
don't need no
compliant.
mask.
And I've been
Wear that,
vaccinated,
2
fully
asses.
vaccinated.
And
I
we
got
got
my
one
one
vaccination.
shot.
Boy, that vaccination don't
You got one shot?
Yes.
Literally.
Any
So
side
we good.
effects?
Mm-mm.
Let's go get something to eat. Where we finna
They
eat at?
said the second one.
Girl, we got
Oh,
somewhere
Where
to
we
go.
finna eat
We
at?
got somewhere to go in 3 weeks. You ain't eating till we touch
Oh.
down. Oh.
Oh, we.
All right.
Don't call me.
We're
hoe.
not going.
Are we all there?
Stop dragging my
Y'all not eating for 3 weeks?
We're not gonna eat for 3 weeks.
We not
You
eating
got a problem
nothing.
with
We
that?
drinking egg for 3 weeks, so we.
That sound like this nigga right here.
Okay, pretty boy.
Are we all-
Want to show his abs and shit.
I think we're all there.
I know, cause my